Hello and good morning. Today we are going to continue Chapter 3 titled as Democracy and Diversity from your NCERT textbook, Class 10, Political Science. So far in our previous discussion, we had already covered a story from Mexico Olympic and what are the differences, similarities and division in the societies. And today we will continue to discuss politics of social division. So let's get started. So before we come to the politics of social divisions, there is a fundamental questions which we need to put ourselves and to put to others. How do this social division affects politics? What does politics do to this social division? At first sight, it would appear that the combination of politics and social division is very dangerous and explosive. Democracy involves competition among various political parties. Their competition tends to divide any society. If they start competing in terms of some existing social division, it can make social division into political divisions and lead to conflict or violence or even disintegration of the country. This has happened in many countries. Then range of outcomes we can see. Let us take the case of Netherlands, Northern Ireland that we refers in the previous. These regions of the United Kingdom has been for many years the site of violence and bitter ethno-political conflicts, because if we see its population composition, it is divided into two major sects of the Christianity. 53% are Protestants, well represented by Unionist party who wanted to remain with UK, which was a predominantly Protestant country, while on the other hand 44% Roman Catholics were represented by the Nationalist party who demanded the Northern Ireland to be unified with the Republic Ireland and predominantly a Christian country. So hundreds of civilians, militants and security forces were killed in the fight between Unionists and Nationalists and between the security forces of UK and the Nationalists. We see it was only in 1998 that the UK government and the Nationalists reached a peace treaty and suspended the armed struggle. But in some countries, the political competition along religions and ethnic may lead to disintegration. Example like Yugoslavia, divided into 6 independent countries. Such example lead to some people to conclude that politics and social division must not be allowed to mix. Then every expression of social division in politics does not lead to disaster. Some social division, one kind or the other, exists in most countries of the country. Social division affects the voting in most countries. People tend to prefer some party more than the others. For example, like in India, as we see from the slide, some people prefer BJP or maybe preferring Congress party. So that is how. In many countries there are parties that focus only on one community. In many countries, there are parties that focus only on one community. This not lead to the disintegration of the country. Then 3 factors or 3 determinants of deciding the outcomes of politics of social divisions. What are the 3 factors? crucial in deciding the outcomes of politics of social division. Let's see. Number one, the outcomes depend on how people perceive or consider their identities. If people see their identities in singular and exclusive terms, it becomes very difficult to accommodate. And then it is much easier if the people see that their identities are multiple and are complementary with the national identity. Second, it depends on how practical political leaders raise the demands of different groups. It is easy to accommodate demands that are within the constitutional framework and are not at the cost of another community. Third, it depends on how the government reacts to the demands of the different groups. If the rulers are willing to share power and accommodate the reasonable demands of minority community, social division becomes less threatening for the country. Then willingness to accommodate diversity is not that easy. Thus, so people who feel marginalized, then that means who feel neglected and deprived and discriminated have to fight against the injustice. Such a fight often take the democratic path, voicing their demand in a peaceful and constitutional manner and seeking a fair position through election. The struggle against such inequalities sometimes takes the path of violence. However, history shows that democracy is the best way to fight for recognition and accommodation of diversity. So that is the end of our discussion for these chapters. So have a great day and enjoy.